Spittin' It with Mark and Monica.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome to Spittin' It with Mark and Monica.
It's been a minute since we've been on it last. At least it feels like it's been a long time.
It's been a minute. We have been ringing in 2021, doing a lot of stuff that we weren't able to do in 2020.
Very, very true.
We celebrated my birthday.
Yay.
We celebrated Valentine's Day.
Yay.
And we celebrated our 29-year wedding anniversary.
Yikes. 29 years of awesomeness.
Yes. We did a lot of takeout meals or meals delivered to our home.
Yeah, we tried a couple different places, and the takeout overall was a big success.
Big success. I liked all the places. We ate at Granite City. Had a meal takeout from them. It was great. We had a lunch with Camille's Sidewalk Cafe. That was also great.
And then stakeout.
Oh, yes. For our anniversary, Stakeout brought us... Oh, my gosh. We have such a story to tell you guys. So Mark and I, when we're in, on nights when we're in, and we don't like to answer the door, we just like to spend time together. No surprises, no interruptions.
You're going bunker time.
All of a sudden, there's a knock at the door, and it's a Saturday night, and we're not expecting anybody. We go and we look. We don't recognize anybody. There's no one there, so we don't answer the door. And then they're ringing the doorbell and knocking. And when you say persistent, like ring, knock, knock, ring, ring. So we knew someone was trying to get a hold of us, but we couldn't figure out who it was. Finally, I said to Mark, you better go check out who that person is and what they want. So Mark goes out there, and it's the stakeout people. They came on the wrong day.
Yeah, they came
on the wrong day.
The poor guy, he didn't know what to do.
It wasn't our anniversary.
I was like, what do you want to do? He's like, well, do you want the food? I'm like, we just already ate. I'm like, we ate like 30 minutes ago, a full meal. I said, bring it back tomorrow at the same time.
And sure enough, they had to remake the whole thing, and they did bring it back, and we did get an anniversary. And you know, we're not difficult people. We would have, but we had just ate supper.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's like I felt bad, but you know,
and we wanted it fresh. We didn't want to keep it and then have to heat it up the next day.
No.
It's not what we paid for.
Exactly.
So that's a funny story. But I'd have to say our favorite place that we ate at for Valentine's Day, my birthday, and for our anniversary was CH's. Now I have to be honest, I don't know if it's called CH Patisserie or Patisserie. What is it?
Whatever it is.
What do you think it is?
They got great desserts. That's all I care about.
Mark got me
CH
some
goodness.
chocolate croissants. Those were so good. Oh, so good.
Yep, French known for the croissants. Just not too much chocolate, just enough. Very, very delicious.
He walked in. This is what he did. He walked in and he told them he wanted one of everything on their shelf.
Yep.
So
I'm like, front row, please.
So he
just
brought me
get it
home.
ready.
Yes, he brought home. So we had strawberry rhubarb cheesecake.
Yes.
That was really good.
In the shape of a dome. It was under a dome glaze. Thought it was very, very good.
Graham cracker crust.
Yeah. Was that the one with the red topping that didn't really do too much for it? No, that wasn't it. Okay. But that strawberry rhubarb, very good. Recommend it for sure.
It's the chocolate covered strawberry one that you're thinking of.
That's what it was. Where it was very, very good. And it was also in a dome. However, the glaze, it was just sugar. It offered no help.
And then there was the chocolate dream. That was the all chocolate.
All chocolate. Super chocolatey. If you like chocolate, it's a good one.
Mango cheesecake, which I think was our favorite.
I like the mango cheesecake.
That was our favorite.
And I'm not a huge mango fan.
I'm not a mango fan either, so I honestly was not expecting it to be my favorite. It was so good.
Very, very good desserts, by the way. You should try them all there if you like French desserts.
Yes. Oh, I highly recommend it. And the owner of the place, I'm sorry I don't know his name. I know his name is Chris something. I think it's Chris Hammer. I don't know it for sure. But he won. If you've ever been a Top Chef fan, there used to be a show called Top Chef Just Desserts. And he won it one year.
Props. That's awesome.
It was good. And on top of that, Mark actually did some cooking himself. He made, for Valentine's Day, he wanted to do a theme and have strawberries with each meal.
Yes, strawberries was the main theme that runs throughout
And so
Valentine's
that
Day.
morning, he made waffles with strawberries and blackberries and bananas, and you had whipped cream with a little syrup, and you put powdered strawberries. He got freeze-dried strawberries.
Freeze-dried strawberries, crushed them up,
and
then went over the top with the powder.
Oh, they were
and then
so
you put
good.
and it just looks really nice over the whipped cream because it just gives that red look. So it's a finisher for sure.
It was so good. And for later that night, you made strawberry shortcake with the strawberry glaze, your own strawberry glaze.
Made my own strawberry
not
glaze.
a store-bought strawberry glaze.
I'm working on the glazes.
What is that? I called it an emulsifier.
Yeah, use the emulsifier. And the first time I actually made
Mark
it...
loves kitchen tools, by the way. P.S. Mark
Power
loves
tools
kitchen tools.
and kitchen tools. Just
all
tools
kitchen
in general.
gadgets.
Yeah.
So he bought himself an emulsifier. In case you don't know what it is, it's this long... It just looks like this long... I don't know what it is. Like a long... And at the end of it, it has this thing, and you press it, and it makes anything that you have, any juice, any...
It's a blender.
Yeah,
it's a portable
mini blender.
Yeah, portable blender. You blend it right in the pan.
Yes.
What I did differently this time was I actually put it in the fridge. I was talking with my son about the first time I made it was a little bit lighter and had more of an airy taste to it. Well, I wanted a little bit of a thickness to it, so we stuck it in the fridge for an hour, and that thickened it up nicely. So that worked out. And then over the top with powdered, and then I took a microplane and took a bit of a chocolate.
Another one of his favorite kitchen tools, the microplane.
Great finishing tool. Just great for marinating all kinds of stuff. Lemons, limes, everything. It just works tremendous. Recommend it. But then you just take chocolate and you just shave it over the top, and it just gives it that nice look. That plus the powdered strawberries just absolutely makes it look like restaurant quality for sure.
And we got spoiled. That was my Valentine's. That was so nice. So we hope that you guys are doing okay this 2021, that you're getting out maybe a little bit here and there, venturing out more, celebrating.
Getting out there, hopefully supporting local stores, hopefully getting back out there. It's maybe spending some of that surplus at your local stores and restaurants and supporting them during their time of need for sure.
The topic we wanted to talk about tonight was something interesting. Mark works with somebody who did an ancestry, DNA test to find their relatives.
He found his father.
He found his father.
Yeah, so it was like, wow, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, and so Mark was telling me about it, and I have never met my dad. I don't know what he looks like. I've never met him. Ever since I was born, he just hasn't been in my life. And so I thought, well, my mom passed away 6 years ago. I thought, well, maybe I'll do a DNA test. Not so much to find my dad, but just, I guess, to find out what that side of the family, what my heritage was.
Right. Where you knew about your mom's side, what about your dad's side?
Right. And I was told my father had passed away, so I knew I wasn't looking for my dad.
Right.
And so I took an ancestry DNA test, really not thinking anything of it. It really isn't much. You just have to spit a little bit into this thing. You shake it up, you turn it over, you turn the bottom, it's sealant. It seals it and you send it in. You register online and then they give you your results. So I'm sitting here with Mark and I get the results and it says that I have either a cousin or a close relative familial match. So we start to do some investigating and it's a lady and she looks like me.
She does have some of your facial
so
features.
I messaged her and told her that I thought we were related, that we were cousins. And she messaged me back and said, no, we are not cousins. She was my sister.
Oh, my goodness. It's your sister.
Dun, 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 dun. And I had another sister. And surprise, surprise, my father is alive.
Alive and well.
Alive and well. So I went from taking this DNA test to find out about my heritage to having a whole family I knew nothing about.
Wow.
Yeah. It's been quite a journey.
It's been interesting. So we've had a lot to absorb between each episode. It seems like there's something else going on right now.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
it's definitely a different 2021 for sure so far.
I have not met any of them yet. I have talked on the phone with my father. I have texted back and forth with my sisters. They found me right away.
Yep, they were very,
Yeah.
very excited.
They found me right away. They started messaging me. It's been interesting. I don't even know. I recommend anybody to do it. I really think it's so important to know where we come from. I think it's so important to know your heritage, to know if you have any defects, any genealogical, something that could come back later and hurt you, you know, that could make you sick.
You can get in front of it instead of waiting for it to happen.
I'm really glad I did it. It's absorbing a lot. I have a lot of questions, a lot of crazy. As we get further into this, we'll talk more about it and what it's like, and discovering a whole new family.
A whole new family. And we are just getting right at the tip of it right now. So we'll see where it all leads to from there. But it's certainly been an interesting perspective from my point of view to look at. You have to just go through just a whole, like, holy crap, like, my dad's been dead. No, he's alive and well, kicking it and on the other side of Florida or whatever.
Yeah, he's retired and lives in Florida.
Yeah. Crazy.
I mean, and how cliche, tired and lives in Florida.
Yeah, there's a shocker. That never happens.
I always thought it was just me and my sister. That's what it's been for the last couple of years, because when my mom passed away, my grandmother also passed away, my uncle passed away, and that was kind of it. That's all we've had in our family.
Right, and it all took place in like 6 months. 1, 2, 3.
They all died right after each other. Yeah. So
fast.
I didn't think that this was something that could happen for me. I don't know yet. I'm still in the process, in the stage of processing it all. I guess once we figure it all out, we'll talk more about it. But if any of you have done this, or if any of you have questions, I would love to hear about it. So please feel free to comment. Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah, you just never know what you're going to find out. So it's definitely worth it. It was fairly inexpensive. It didn't cost too much to do. And if you, like I said, if you have questions, if you don't know, it's a great way to get answers with being, basically pretty discreet about it.
We're still living this life of COVID. I don't know how the rest of you are doing out there. We've been binging. We're on the second season of City on a Hill. I think just as good as the first season.
City on the Hill is great.
I'm telling you, people,
Kevin Bacon
if
fans,
you don't watch Kevin Bacon, you just don't know what you're missing. That guy is so good. He can play lovable. He can play swarmy.
Yeah, he's kind of a sleazeball in this one. He's a good sleazeball.
He's such a schmuck. Yeah, I mean, he's just, you want to hate him, but there's just something about him, right?
He's
so
a bit of charm to him.
Yeah, he's a really good actor. We're enjoying that. We just finished watching one of our favorites.
Oh, everybody say goodbye to Shameless.
Oh, goodbye to the Gallagher family.
Gallagher's 11 years, yo.
Such a good show. The finale was on the other night, and we said goodbye to them. That was, I love Shameless. Every kind of look at that family and you kind of laugh, but really, if you think about it and you watch that family, we're all kind of the Gallaghers in our own way.
Yeah,
right?
It may not be, they pull it to the extreme.
Yes.
But what they did is they took everything that everybody goes through and just made it like, hey, look, this is a reality. And reality bites a lot of times, but it's kind of nice to see that there is shows out there that actually deal with real shit.
Yep. Other than that, with COVID, exciting news. I got vaccine. Well, I got my first shot.
She got shot number 1.
I got shot number 1. Now I have to wait 3 weeks to get my shot number 2. I have to say, I was worried about the side effects. You hear things now and crazy stuff. You don't know what to believe. You don't know. Some people that I've talked to have had no side effects whatsoever. Some people I've talked to have had dramatic side effects. The first day, let's just say I was really glad Mark was here, because I had my niece. I was taking care of my niece that day. I was so tired. I felt like I'd been drugged. I mean, I knew I'd been drugged because I was drugged.
You got the COVID drug.
Was like, I couldn't move my body. Mm-hmm. And then my whole arm that they gave the shot in, it felt dead. Like I could pick it up and it would just fall and I couldn't even hold it up. You
were numb.
the worst part of it all is I'm prone to headache. And I had a migraine, I don't know, what'd you say? It lasted 5 days?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was the not fun part of it.
Yep.
And I read that shot number 2 is even more extreme.
Curtains drawn, folks.
And the first thing that they say when you look up side effects, it said even if you suffered severe side effects, you still have to get shot number 2, because I said to Mark, I don't want to get the shot again, because now I know what it feels like. It's like pregnancy. Yeah, it's all fun and games because you've never been pregnant before, but once you've had that first kid, you know that it's not all fun and games. And so I do not want to go in for the second shot, but I'm stuck with it. My sister-in-law, who I talked to, who got her second shot, she said she got really nauseous. So, but then her husband, Mark's brother, he didn't get anything.
Yeah.
So let's hope. But they're open to everybody now. All 16 years and above. Over. So if you're going to get your shot, do it. In other COVID news, our daughter, Hope, we finally are going to be able to see her. We have not seen her in almost 2 years.
Yay. We'll be looking forward to seeing Hope and her boyfriend.
We are all taking vacation in the end of September.
Yes.
And we're going to be together. We're either going to be in North Carolina or they're going to be here. We haven't quite figured that part out yet. But we're all going to be together. Our son has the time off. I got it off. Mark got it off. I'm all going to be together, and I am just super excited about that.
Super excited to get to see our daughter, Hope. We also made a paw imprint for her, for Izzy, our dog.
Our dog Izzy, who's going to be 15 soon.
Yikes. She's had a couple of episodes already.
She has had a couple of mini strokes. She's having some incontinence issues. She's just getting to the age where our time with her is limited, and we know that. So we made some paw prints because she is Hope's dog, even though Hope abandoned her. Abandoned Hope, if you're listening to this. And moved to North Carolina and left her with your mom and dad.
Left an old dog with us.
Yep, she abandoned her own child.
So we got paw prints. It worked out pretty good.
Yeah, that we'll be making for Hope. Yep.
Sending that to her. Also being in an old house. Spending lots of time fixing cracks in the walls and this, that. And just finishing up, finally, our bedroom. It was a crack the size of a lightning bolt that cut down through. I think it went, 9 or 10 layers of mud, finally. And
that's another COVID fun thing that we do now that we can't go out and do stuff. I put Mark to work in the house.
I know. So we finished that. Yes. Plumber ripped off the wall, fixed the wall in the closet.
Yeah, we had a plumbing issue. We had just remodeled our bathroom, and he could either go through the bathroom wall or go through our closet in our bedroom. That's what we picked because we had
I am not doing that bathroom again.
We had just remodeled the bathroom. So we let them cut through the wall in our bedroom, in our closet.
A lot easier fix.
And Mark fixed that up. It looks great, by the way.
So next we'll be tackling will be the living room. And they're two really kind of rooms that are like decent sized rooms next to each other with a divider in the middle, but that goes all the way to the studs to the top. So you just see that big board cutting through the middle that sits right near the ceiling. And we talked about the ceilings because they're different. They have different
Each
ceilings.
one has different textures.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh man, I'm going to have to mud it and texture it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want popcorn. I don't want to have to scrape it down. So we talked about ceiling tiles. We're going to go ahead and purchase ceiling tiles, and we'll let you know how it goes.
Plank
if anyone
style.
has any, we're looking for planks to put up on the wall. It's going to have to be plastic. Because you don't want anything heavy up there, and we'll just be able to glue it up. Hopefully, should add really good value. I should take some pics before and after. We can put them on the website for some of these rooms because they're really turning out nice. And I know it's going to be a little spendy, but wow, that will match the hardwoods below, and that'll be neat. So first thing though is fixing all of the cracks. Old home, they put in new windows, which is great, but cracks around all windows, cracks around all doors, any opening. Just needed to be
because
fixed.
Mark didn't mention that our house, which is an old house, almost 100 years old, the walls are not drywall here. They're plaster. And if you've ever dealt with plaster, you get a crack and it just cracks all the way. It's like a glass. It's like like your windshield, it will spider, it will
True.
just crack.
That's exactly true.
That's what plaster does. But it's great.
Oh, yeah.
It's efficient. Our house stays so warm. It stays cool. It keeps the heat in. It keeps the heat out. It's great.
I'm actually a big fan of the plaster. We've never had a house that's plastered, and I really like it. Just a lot of space gapping, filling along the tops and bottoms of walls and stuff. But hey, caulk can get that done pretty easily.
And we're repainting. After he fixes all the cracks, all that, we're repainting. It's a debate on what color we're going to paint it. Because if you imagine when you walk into our living room, we have 7 windows in our living rooms. And we have 5 giant trees outside. So every window, every view is just trees and outdoors. So you really want to stick with that, I believe.
We want to bring that kind of that outdoor nature in because it sits right in there. You just feel like you're in this little mini little tree forest. Even though it's just a row, these are big, mature trees.
So there's a lot of debates on the colors of the walls. They're tan now. It was a fine color. I had no issue with it, but because we had to fix the cracks, we might as well go ahead.
We're going to go ahead and
because they had atrocious blinds that were on the walls here. And what happened was when we took the blinds down, they were so into the plaster. They left giant holes.
Chunks, of the walls. I had to repair.
So we had to repair the plaster, and so that's what made it just turn into a project.
Well, let's just do this. Let's pick the color. Let's pick something. We're going to go with a neutral white with probably a hint of green. Maybe
that's what we're looking at. We really like that white. And we're looking at that. And my sister, Heather, if you're listening, thinks we're crazy and we should go gray. I am not going gray.
I'm not going gray.
But Heather is adamant that it should not be white. So when she came over the other day, I had 3 swatches out with all the colors.
On the wall. Yeah, these are what we're looking at, right?
She said, they're all just white. I'm like, no, they're not. They were different shades.
They're different shades. You have
there
to
was
look.
the wedding cake. There was pearl. There was eggshell.
Yeah.
They are not all the same. They were not all white.
They're different shades of white.
She's
like, where's the gray?
So that's turning into a project, but it's going to look good. We got a new ceiling fan, a really nice one, a Minka.
Yeah, very nice, very sleek, cool looking, and we're going to get a new lighting fixture as well, and we'll take pics of those as well. I think,
and then that's
really
going to
update it.
Once we do all that, and we do the whole get all that done, take before and after pictures. What's really going to be our adventure is the kitchen.
The kitchen is after that.
The kitchen's after that. We've been putting that off, but the kitchen's going to have to get done soon.
We got some ideas about floors, which I think will carry over into other rooms, so we're pretty excited about that. We're going to experiment.
We'll talk about that, Now, our kitchen is a small, but it has 2 windows in there that lets the sun in.
Yes.
So and I read that the best thing you can do for a small kitchen, but to make it feel open, is to paint it white. So that's the white will carry on from the kitchen into the living room into our halls. Yeah. It's really going to look good when we're done.
It is. We're going to rip it all out and put new everything in there, except for we're only going to keep just the cupboards, and we're just going to paint those. Yeah. But everything else is going to be ripped out and put in.
And Mark is handy. Mark used to flip houses, so he knows how to do a lot of this work himself. The only thing we can't do or aren't going to even try to do ourselves is to install. We're putting in a farmhouse sink, and new countertops.
We won't do the. I'll have them lay those. Yeah, we're gonna do Corian probably, just because the inlay it'll be seamless, which is great. No seams for anything, so that'll be good. And also the floor we're gonna do ourselves, I think.
Yeah. Well, the only thing we're gonna have help with is the counter and the sink. Yeah.
And then we're gonna take out the stove. We're gonna go gas stove, and we will not install it.
We have a gas line behind our stove, our electric stove, and we are gas people.
Yeah,
Mark
cooking
cooks
with gas
a lot.
is way better. Just saying, any people that like to cook, gas is the best by a lot. Always choose gas if you're going to choose better consistency. It's great cooking with.
And we didn't realize that we had a gas line there, but we smelled. I told Mark, I said to him, one day I was in the kitchen and I said, "Do you smell that? I swear I smell gas." And he looked at me like I was crazy. He's like, "You can't smell gas. It's an electric stove." You got a killer
sniffer. I have my sniffers.
And I'm like, no, I'm telling you, it smells like when someone, you know how when you have a lighter and you flick the lighter and after it goes down, and I'm talking the butane ones, and then after the flame goes down, there's that smell in the air still. I kept smelling that. So finally, we moved the stove, and pulled it off. Sure enough, like, there's a gas line back there. We had to turn the gas off. The gas was going back there, and the line was open, and the gas was going back there, and it was not hooked up. It was capped.
It was capped, but there must have been a small leak. Right. So I went down,
but I smelled it.
Turned it off. Yeah. Turned the line off. I don't know why they.
But now we know we have gas.
Yeah, which is great because that we're gonna throw a gas stove in there.
Well, and we have a wood stove. Or a wood burning fireplace. We love our fireplace. And that's two things I wanted to talk to you about with the fireplace. One is we are thinking about a wood burning fireplace to a gas fireplace.
Yes, that's what we want to try to do.
And the other is our fireplace is that old red brick, the natural brick from the fireplace. I'm half and half about painting the fireplace. How do you feel out there, everybody?
It's going to be up against
brick
the
should be
white
painted?
Background, so it might not need to be painted.
Yeah.
Or if it is, we'll keep it true to its own colors, so it's not so charcoaly.
Yeah, it's a debate. We go back. First I didn't want it painted, and Mark did, and then I'm thinking maybe we should. I don't know. We keep going back and forth.
I think once we get the wall paint, I think
if the wall's white and the fireplace is white, and we just keep the mantle wood, I think that'll look really nice. Strip it down
and make it a color from the tree or something from outside.
So let us know what you think, guys, and we hope that you're all doing okay out there.
Yeah, for all you indoor project people that, COVID's keeping you indoors working, hey, hopefully you're getting your stuff done. Lumber's insanely priced, so hopefully you're not spending a lot on that. But
Mark was telling me that he was at the store and lumber prices have gone up so much. And I was reading online, a contractor was talking about it from Sioux Falls and said it is just it's like tripled. New
construction is in trouble because it costs so much more to make a house now.
Because they get a lot of their lumber from Canada, and with COVID, everything shut down. And then the other companies they could get it from, they were having a hard time. There was like only 3 companies in all the United States that...
Yeah, Pacific Northwest can only churn out so much. I mean, come on.
It's just crazy. And so many people now, because of COVID, are doing outdoor activities because they're stuck at home. Yes. So they're doing home improvements.
Perfect time to do home improvements.
And so everything has spiked.
It sure has.
Yeah.
So let us know about your success stories. Yeah. Once again, hopefully go get your shot if you need to get your shot. It should be available for everybody now.
Take care of yourself. Wear your mask. Wash your hands. Love each other. Be kind. You never know what struggles people are going through. Everybody has a story.